Alright guys, it is Kieran from Red Devil Weekly to give a quick preview for United's game against Leeds United. Leeds hosting United at Ellen Road, and it's going to be an absolute cracker. Don't you worry about that. I can feel it. It's going to be an absolute blockbuster occasion like it always is when this fixture arises, and especially with all the context surrounding this game. Leeds not having a manager, the new manager bounce, will that be in full effect? The crowd are going to be up for it, especially after they maybe feel some renewed optimism following their 2-2 draw at Old Trafford. No Casemiro for us as well, but Jadon Sancho has come back and scored in his first Old Trafford start, or one of his first Old Trafford games back since he was out of the team. So a lot of talking points really going into this game, but it will be only a fairly quick preview. RB Comps, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Cheers for tuning in. Yeah, make sure to check out his stuff. As I always say, brilliant stuff over there. On Twitter as well. Make sure to check him out on Twitter. On any social media actually as well. Feel free to plug your social media, my friend. Beautiful compilations, I've got to say. And the hard work's paying off. That's all I'm going to say. The hard work is paying off. Very, very talented guy. Make sure to check out his stuff. He says the hats are being held onto. United got to get that W. Yeah, we do. We do. Obviously, in the league table, you look at it, and currently with the points dropped in the league today, Spurs losing against Leicester, you had Arsenal drawing against Brentford, and Newcastle drawing to Bournemouth. So all the teams around us dropping points. A huge opportunity for us to take some points in the top four race and potentially the title race. Although I'm not getting too excited about that, don't you worry. But listen, ultimately we've got to take our opportunities, but going to Ellen Road is going to be very, very difficult. It's going to be hold on to your hats time, backs against the wall time, but it's a fixture we all love, and it's a fixture we can all get up for. A few more people join. Red Devil 92, thanks for joining, appreciate it. He's gone with Garnacho left wing, Rashford through the middle with Sancho on the right wing. We will get on to predicted lineups just very, very soon. And Issa, thanks for joining, Issa. Appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. It's great to hear from you again, mate. The Prem season is crazy. Literally anything can happen. The hats are definitely being held onto. Yeah, this season has just been topsy-turvy. Feels like every week a new team is dropping points, and it's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's a difficult one to call, and that's what we love about the Premier League. That's what we want. We don't want seasons where one team just runs away from it from the start. We want this chopping and changing the lead, and really tight races for top four, title races, and relegation. I say relegation races, relegation battles. Obviously, down there in the relegation battle, it's looking very, very interesting indeed. With obviously Southampton losing to Wolves today, Bournemouth picking up a point. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. It really is going to be interesting to see what happens. So it should be a good run-in towards the end of the season. And Box has joined us as well. Thank you for joining, Box. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Good evening to you, sir. So yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about the game last week. Obviously a 2-2 draw. Rashford and Sancho goals rescuing us from a bit of an embarrassment, have to be said, at Old Trafford if we were to lose 2-0. Leeds scoring within about 50 seconds with Nonto, and he is a problem. Willy Nonto is a problem. He is a fantastic winger, someone that caused problems down our right hand side all night, and will be a huge problem going into this game at Ellen Road. And we need to shut him down. We need to find a way of neutralising him, because he is the guy that really provides most of their threat. If Nonto isn't on the pitch, they don't really have the same sort of, kind of threat going forward, essentially. His pace, his directness is so difficult to defend against, and he's obviously got a lot of confidence right now. So that's something that does worry me. Somerville, I think, got the second goal. His cross deflected off Rafael Varane, so a Varane OG, but there wasn't much that Varane could do about it. But they've got some talent. I mean, there's no denying that defensively in the first half, Leeds were a lot stronger. In the second half, they got opened up a little bit, and they obviously could have lost that game. I think we created, a decent amount of chances in that second half. Probably enough to win the game if we wanted to take them, but we just didn't take the opportunity. So in the first half, I thought Leeds were the better side, and they played their game plan to perfection. In the second half, it kind of fell apart a little bit, mainly due to the brilliance of Marcus Rashford, his header, his 20th goal of the season in all competitions. So glad that he could reach that landmark. And obviously Jadon Sancho getting his first goal back since his hiatus. So good to see him smiling on a football pitch again. So yeah, that was my breakdown of the game really. I felt like we got away with a point there. Still 2 points dropped, but I do feel like we got away with a point. But we head into this game with renewed optimism, hope, and we need to get this job done. And the biggest thing for me is shutting down the Ellen Road crowd early, because they're going to be up for it. Yes, they haven't appointed their full-time manager yet. I think they're still going to be going in with AirPod Man and a few of the other former Man United coaching staff on there. But, they are going to be going in with a fairly inexperienced coaching lineup. But we saw what they could do at Old Trafford. At home, it could be a scary proposition. Red Devil 92 says we have a massive 2 weeks in our season starting from tomorrow. 100%, mate. I couldn't agree more. Obviously, not just Premier League, not just Carabao Cup, but Europa League. We've got the easy task of playing Barcelona in the round of 32, and obviously going to the new camp without Martinez. It's going to be an interesting week, or 2 weeks, as he said. RB.com says, what has Ten Hag been feeding Rashford? Rashford's been cooking this season, yeah. As I just said, 20 goals for the season so far for Marcus Rashford. We always knew he's a confidence player, but he is on another level this season with his confidence, his finishing, his pacing behind. He just looks like he's a lot more assured of himself. I think in the past, he's kind of not really known what he's... Well, he's kind of sometimes neither been here nor there, and he's kind of, not been the Rashford that we know he can be, and he's not focused on his strongest qualities, which is his directness and his pacing behind. But this season, that's all he's focusing on, and it's paying the dividends. The dividends are coming from it, and the team are winning. Before the Leeds game, which actually meant Leeds' performance was a lot more impressive. We'd won, 13, 14 games at home in a row in all competitions. And Rashford was scoring in every single one of them. So, listen, Rashford is on another level this season. I back him to score again at Ellen Road. He's just in one of those forms where, it's almost getting too good to just call a good patch of form. And it's starting to become a form season for Marcus Rashford. And I hope he keeps it up for the rest of the season, because if he does, then we're going to be in for a treat. And... You never know. You never know what riches could lie ahead of us if Marcus Rashford continues his form. Fingers crossed he does. Rich, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. He says, Rashford is making my chats with Andrew more fun. He's a non-believer. He made 20 goals a season, Rich. You're right. You're right in the end. He made 20 goals a season. I bet you're buzzing off that. Make sure to check out Rich's channel as well if you haven't already. Brilliant stuff over there. Red Devil 90 also says, when Ronaldo said we would struggle, but surely how good we are without him shows... He was a problem. 3rd and 2nd the seasons before him, 6th in the season with him, and now looking like a top 3 side this season. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, Ronaldo, I will give him some credit in that he did score goals in the season that we finished 6th. I mean, he was a brilliant goal scorer. I think he scored, 23, 24 goals? Maybe I'm doing a bit of injustice there. Maybe actually he scored 26, 27, I'm not sure, but in all competitions. And I thought he was probably one of our better players in that season, but yeah, maybe in hindsight you look at the way we're playing now, you look at the freedom we're playing at, you look at the way Rashford's playing, maybe we just weren't suited to his system. And the more time goes on, the more I do think that the Ronaldo signing was more about marketing and nostalgia and things like that. And, I was never going to say no to Ronaldo coming back, but yeah, maybe it just wasn't the right move for us. Maybe it wasn't the right move. It's looking like it anyway. Rashford said, I think 22 is his best. Yeah, I mean, hey, you never know. Against Leeds, he might break that. Let's hope he breaks that against Leeds. I'm going to give you my starting 11 because, as I said, it's not going to be a hugely long stream tonight. I don't have a huge amount of time. So here's my predicted 11. Let me know your thoughts on this predicted 11 in the live chat. And also if you're watching on the replay in the comment section down below. I've gone with De Gea, Shaw, Martinez, Varane and Dalot as our back four. Fred, Sabitzer, Rashford, Fernandes, Sancho and Weghorst as the rest of the team. Many of you will notice only one change from the team that played against Leeds midweek. And that is that Garnacho comes out of the starting 11 and Jadon Sancho replaces him. Now, I will say, I did see a lot of the abuse that Garnacho was receiving on social media, and my take on it, if you care what my take on it is that, for me, I think Garnacho should not escape criticism, just because he's 18. I feel like, any player who plays for Manchester United in the senior team, part of that is potentially, having to take criticism if you haven't performed well. And I do believe, because he's younger, maybe we should kind of, give him that a little bit more slack because he is young, he is 18. But I still think, little critiques and criticism from fans is not, the end of the world. But there is a line, and I feel like there was a lot of people that, in the frustration of drawing the game, did cross that line. And I think, for me, I would say, if you want to criticise the way he performed, I don't think that's necessarily, that much out of order, really. I don't think that's out of order at all, actually, because ultimately, everyone's got an opinion, and when you play for the Man United senior team, you are open to criticism. And whilst I do think we should, make sure that context of the fact he is 18, it is only his first season, that should be taken into account. I think there is a line in terms of, criticism and abuse. And I think there were a lot of people that did cross that line. But, that's Twitter, that's social media, that sort of thing is going to happen. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So that's my predicted 11. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat on that. Box is saying, if you factor in Liverpool and Chelsea falling off cliffs, that's helped us rather than blaming Ronaldo. Maybe, to be fair, obviously that has helped. The fact that both those teams have just, I don't know what's happened to them. Overnight, they've become shocking. Rich says, Garnacho not a starter, Varane not a passer. Well, yeah, I think, Varane he's been good this season, don't get me wrong, but there have been times in games where he has made errors. I don't think he's as polished as a centre-back right now as Martinez. I think Martinez is the form centre-back in our team. But I would still 100% start Varane in our back two. I think he's the best partner for Martinez in that back two. Pro Kings, hey, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. I'll be with you shortly. Don't worry, I'll be with you shortly. But thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. And yeah, Red Devil 92 says, people hating on Garnacho are crazy. He's 18. This is his first season. Real fans back their players, not try and tear down teenagers. But as I said, ultimately, when you play for a team like Manchester United and the senior team, I think constructive criticism of your performance is fine. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 30, whatever. Constructive criticism or criticism of your performance, you kind of have to expect that from social media. But yeah, obviously abuse and things like that there's a line, isn't there? There's just a line. But obviously on social media, you're going to get that, aren't you? It's a crazy world out there. It's a crazy world. And Box says Garnacho shouldn't be starting. I think he's much better off the bench, definitely. I do think he seems to have a better impact off the bench. So we'll see what Ten Hag does. That's why I think he will start Sancho. But anyway, I'm going to give you my score prediction for the game. Let me know your score predictions in the live chat, and then we will wrap this up. So let me know your score predictions in the live chat. I really think it's going to be a difficult one, ladies and gentlemen. I really think this game is going to be tight. I think it's going to be cagey. I think Leeds are going to come out flying because new manager bounce at Ellen Road. It's going to be difficult for us. I think it's going to be backs against the wall. Hold on to your hats. That's why I put it in the title. So my head is saying a draw, to be honest. I'm saying a 2-2 draw, another 2-2 draw, Ellen Road. My heart is saying a narrow 2-1 win to Manchester United. I'll say 2-1 United. I know that kind of sounds like a bit of a cop-out prediction because I feel like I predict that every single week, but I'm going to go with 2-1 United. I think we'll just about get the job done. I think it'll be similar to the Fulham game, actually, where we had to score very late to get the job done, but I would not mind a late winner at Ellen Road. Don't worry about that. That would be a very good present. That would be a very good present. So I'm going to go with 2-1 United. Let me know your predictions in the live chat. Yeah, I have to agree with you. Mate. Red Devil says, criticism is fine, abuse isn't. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Box says, people hate on Ronaldo and he was 38, so why can't people critique Garnacho 18? Well, as I said, I think criticism is fine. For me, I think, criticism is what you expect as a professional footballer. And I think, Garnacho himself will know, that's the sort of thing that was going to come his way if he did perform poorly. But, I think obviously, abuse is just a bit far, really. Like, it's not really needed. It's not really needed. Rich goes with a 3-1 win to Manchester United. I like that. Well, I hope it's to Man United anyway. But I like that prediction, Rich. Red Devil 92 goes 2-1 to Manchester United. Yep, great minds think alike. And Box says, hopefully we don't crap our pants at Ellen Road, I'm guessing that says. Yeah, I mean, I hope so, but it's difficult. It's going to be very cagey. It's going to be a lively atmosphere, and I think scoring early in this game and calming that crowd down early is going to be a huge part of a winning formula, I believe. So anyway, last few comments before we do wrap this up. Red Devil 92 says, I'm the first half. In the first half last game, we had 70% possession. We just need to be on it from the first minute and we can win. 100%. The fact they scored within 50 seconds didn't help our cause. So if we can avoid that, that would be a much better start. Pro King says, Google predicts 51% United, 24% draw. Thoughts? I think that's fair enough, to be honest. I think Leeds do carry a little bit of a threat. And obviously they drew against us a couple of days ago, so I can see that. But so what? That would give Leeds a 35%? 35% chance. I think that's fair enough. They're at home. They've got some fairly decent players. So yeah, I'd say that's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. And Rich says, have you met any Leeds fans in real life? I do actually know a Leeds fan in real life. He's actually he's from London actually, but I think he is a Leeds fan. I think he's a lifelong Leeds fan. So I have met him in real life, so that I think only one. I'll be honest, I think it's only one. So not a lot, but I know one if that counts. Anyway, last few comments. Red Devil 92 says, fingers crossed for a Wembley ticket. Are you looking at trying to go? No, I don't have the sort of finances or any capabilities to get to Wembley, unfortunately. Unless I win some sort of radio competition or something like that, I ain't getting there, unfortunately. So, yeah, it is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully you get one, mate. Yeah, fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed. Hopefully you get there, because this will be the United's first Wembley final since the FA Cup in 2018, I think. I mean, exactly. I mean, ultimately, yeah, you've got to go to these games if you can. I mean, hopefully under Ten Hag we get to more of these finals and it becomes more frequent, but you never know with the state of football, and the state of Manchester United. So yeah, hopefully you get it, man. Hopefully you get to go. Fingers crossed for you. Oh yeah, 25%. So I did the math wrong. So 51. Oh, let me just do this again. 51 plus 24 is... Oh, it's 75, not 65. Sorry, mate. That's my fault. That's shocking, isn't it? That's shocking. What's that, like year 2 maths? But yeah, I'll take that one, Rich. I'll take that one on the chin. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate all tuning in. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. If you did enjoy, feel free to hit that like button, and also if you're new, subscribe to the channel, and that'll be massively appreciated. If you're watching on the replay, leave your thoughts in the comment section as well. I like to read what you've got to say in the comments, and I always try and reply, so please do leave your thoughts in the comment section. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Cheers.